What's good, guys? It's Joseph, and today we're going to be learning how to sync high FPS clips, which is basically PC clips. So let's get right into After Effects so we can do this quick, because it's not really going to take long to do this because it's a pretty easy concept. Syncing PC clips is kind of different than syncing like normal console clips, which is basically 60 frames per second. Right now we're going to be working with clips that are 300 FPS and higher. Right now this says 60 frames per second, but see this clip right here, I get it from over here in my clips, and I have it right here. I'll just drag it in again just to show you guys what I do. Because this is what I do when I drag a clip in. See, now it says 300 FPS, like 300.003 FPS. And what I do before I drag it into the comp is I right click it and then interpret footage, click main, and then change this 99 to 60. So I usually do that with every clip that was recorded in a high frame rate, and just press OK when you do that. But since I already have the clip there, I don't really need to do that again. I just wanted to show you guys beforehand before we start. And so now we're going to be making a edit. And if you want to look at the graph before we start, you can see it's a lot different than an actual an actual console clip. It's just like the curves are just more exaggerated, and you can have it like basically almost flat in the middle, like borderline flat in the middle, and that's what makes it look a lot better with PC. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to zoom out. I'm just going to delete all of these because we don't really need them. That's just for the edit I was working on, which is the preview that you guys saw. So this is my clip. Highlight the clip, press L twice to see the wavelength, and then you can go ahead and start doing the classic putting your markers down on the beats. I'm not going to do that. If you guys don't know how to do that and you haven't been watching my videos, whoever you want a beat to be, just drag one of these and just hold shift and snap it to your cursor. But I'm not going to do that. If you want to preview your audio, press the decimal key like this. So it's a pretty simple thing. So I have my clip coming out right here, as you saw in the video. Well, it's more over here. Yeah, it comes out right here. So let's go ahead and put a marker here just so we can start right there. And now, since I already did the I interpreted my footage, just in case you forgot, right click, interpret footage, main, and then change that number to 60, press OK. And basically it slows down the clip to 60 frames per second if it's 300, and it makes it really long. And that's really good, because when we're editing it, we can be a lot more precise. See, if you drag the clip along, it moves like really slow as you're dragging it. So you can really get it like where you want it to be. So, I accidentally deleted it. So I'm just going to drag it and then press the left square bracket to sync it in the front. And I might drag it forward a little bit because he's running. And then press Alt and then the left square bracket. It's right next to the P key on your keyboard. And just press Alt and click that. And so press Control Alt T to go into your time remap, and then make a keyframe. And then you want to see where you want your clip to go out into the cinematic. So I'm basically recreating the preview that you guys saw. So let's see. So it's about right here. I'm not gonna like be precise about it because it's just a tutorial, and you guys know where you want to sync your own things. So just press Alt and then the right square bracket, because I always do them, and like I don't use like the same. I always drag this in multiple times is what I mean, and I just delete the rest of it. So I'm gonna make another keyframe by taking this and dragging it however far I want. So that looks about good right there. He gets a couple steps in. Then just highlight these two keyframes, because those are the two keyframes you're going to be editing in the graph editor, and just press F9 or right click keyframe assistant, easy ease, then go to your graph editor And then if you want, you can drag this up so you can see it a lot better. To me, I've been doing it a while. I don't really need to see it that well. But I'll just do it for the tutorial purposes right now so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. So now we have this. And what I meant by you can make it more exaggerated is you can basically just drag this all the way up and drag this all the way down. And that makes like this really, like it goes really fast in and it's slow for like most of the duration of the clip, and then it goes really fast out. And you can even drag it down a little bit more and that will be fine. Some people like to drag it in a little bit. It's basically like you can have your own style with time remap and you don't really have to be held back. Just do whatever you want. Some people drag this all the way this way and they drag this like this to make it like mostly fast for the whole time and it barely slows down. It just really depends on the song and how long the clip is, like where you want it to start and stop. So that's basically it for that. I usually leave it like this. That's what I did. You can look at the project file in the description, download it, and then follow along with me. It's gonna have the clips in it too, so you can go ahead and look at the time remap. And yeah, so now we have that done. It's basically the same thing for the rest of the edit. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to do a couple more, just in case you missed that one or you don't really understand. So let's just say the cinematic comes in right here, and so I have my cinematic folder. It's the same thing for cinematics too. Once you drag it in, right click, interpret footage main, change the number to 60, and then oh yeah, before you even start this though, make sure your composition, when you make a new composition, look at this and then change the frame rate to 60 FPS. Just edit in 60 frames per second. That's a lot easier than 59.94 if you're doing PC clips. But if you want, you can edit in 59.94. 60 is probably the better route to take. And just make sure when you render it, if you're editing in 60 frames per second, render in 30 frames per second. If you're editing in 59.94 frames per second, render in 29.97 frames per second. And I'm not going to spend time explaining why. Just do that, trust me. It's going to make your edit look a lot cleaner. The motion blur is going to look a lot more real, and it's just a lot better to do. So make sure to just use these settings, and this is going to vary depending on what song you have and how long your thing is. So now we can move on to the cinematic. Run it in, left square bracket key to sync it there, and just drag the clip along until you want to start it. Mine starts pretty far into this. See, it starts moving, so press Alt and then the left square bracket key, and then go again to where the cinematic's supposed to end. Alt right square bracket key, then go to the beginning of it, and then Control Alt T to enable time remapping. Make a keyframe, go to the end, and just drag it all the way till you want to stop it. And I stop it about right here, and then just hide the keyframes. Press F9 to ease the keyframes, go into the graph editor, and then we have our graph. And now we can make it look a lot better with a simple curve just like this again, or you can play with it like I did and just move it around however you want to, and it makes your edits look really clean. And just the more time you spend on this, the better it's gonna look. And yes, so now we're gonna go into the next clip, and so now you see the beats are really close together, and I always do something a little bit different for beats that are close together. It really depends on what you think looks good. So I'm gonna take my clip again in here, and I'm gonna put it on top of this layer, of course, and then I'm gonna drag it till the first shot, until I see the first shot. I'll accidentally drag my DSR shot. I'm gonna drag my clip, and then I'm going to drag it on top. So the first shot is pretty far into the clip. And go ahead and keep dragging it and make it a little bit more easy on myself. So here's the shot. So roughly around right here. So it's probably like right there. And this Alt left square bracket key. And so now you can listen to the beat. So it's like right here, right here, right here, and then the shots right here. So go ahead and go Control-Alt-T, enable timer mapping, make a keyframe. And then the second keyframe, what I did is I dragged this until he did the full rechamber of the gun. Maybe a little bit before he did the full rechamber, like maybe halfway through. It really doesn't matter because we're going to be editing it anyways. And then we're going to go to the next keyframe. What I did with that one is I made it so where he just begun to jump, like he barely got out of the air, like right there, maybe a little bit higher, depending on your preference. And then the last keyframe was the actual shot, so just drag it until he has the shot. First keyframe of the shot, which is right there, and then this is where the clip exited, so just drag it as far as you want. That's about all I did. Now just press Alt right square bracket key, and that's it for that. Highlight all of them and then press F9 again to easy ease them, and then go into your graph editor. And now we have a whole bunch of these, and I'm going to show you how to work them all together and make them look a lot nice and clean. So zoom in. So now we have this one, the first one, and this is just the first shot, so you want it to be really fast, really slow. So basically just drag it all the way up, down. And for this one, I would like, you don't, yeah, just drag it all the way down, make it nice and slow in the middle, just because it's a shot. But now, since these keyframes are pretty close together, we're not going to make it so exaggerated because it's going to look kind of choppy. So what I would do is I would drag the first handle up like most of the way, maybe a little bit over to the right, and then drag the next one down, but not all the way down, just like so it smooths out into the next one like really clean. And you'll be able to, like, because I never really get it perfect on the first time, you'll be able to see that yourself, and so you'll be able to play with that. And like in that preview itself, I changed it about 15 times because I have to have it perfect before I move on, because sometimes like it would skip frames because it was too slow. And so I finally got it to where I liked it. And yeah, so now this, just make sure it's smoothed into the next clip. You can kind of see the S, like it just looks really smooth like that, and that's how I like to see it. And so I'm not going to RAM preview, I'm just showing you the basic stuff because I want you guys to be able to do this by yourself and learn it by yourself. I'm just showing you what to use and how to use it, and then you guys can go from there. And this is the last one, the shot, and then this is just a regular curve. Just drag it up fast and drag it down just like that. My After Effects is being kind of slow right now since I'm recording. And there we go. So that's basically it for syncing them. And so I'm going to show you a couple extra things you guys want. If you only came here to sync these, then you can go ahead and stop watching the video now. But there's some stuff that I did before the edit, like after I synced it and everything, and it's just basically some size. Like I just edited some size in it, and then keyframed it, easy eased it, and went into the graph editor. I'll show you right now. Highlight your first clip. I only did it with these two clips because the other ones I had just some screen pumps. And if you want to learn how to do screen pumps, I just made a tutorial on it. It'll be in the link in my description on the last video I made. Or I don't know if it's the last video I made. It depends on when I upload this video. But press Shift and S on your clip. So now we have scale down here. Just go ahead and hit a keyframe. Hit the little stopwatch to enable keyframes, and just make it about 130%. Depends on how much of an effect you want. 130% gives it like a really subtle effect. And then go ahead and go like near the end of it, and then put it back to like 102 maybe, or just 100, depends. And then go a little bit after it's done. That's just my personal preference. I don't know why, I just always do it like that, and then put it at like 130, 140s. Highlight all of them, easy ease those, and then we're going to go into the graph editor, and it's going to just give us this little U shape. Just drag this down like maybe halfway, and drag this all the way out. Drag this all the way out as well, and then drag that down about halfway. And so now you see it gets really like it starts out at this size and it goes into 100 really fast. It just makes it look a lot more clean. And so basically what I did with these, highlight them all, Control C, and then go to the next clip, highlight it, and then Control V to paste those keyframes on it, and then just drag these accordingly and just snap like that. And then go to the graph editor to make sure they look good, and they do. And so you can see it gets bigger and smaller, just like that. And then that's basically it for this tutorial. If this tutorial helped you out at all, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And also, if you have any questions, my DMs are open on Twitter now, so you can go ahead and ask me there or in the comment section. Also, I need more ideas for tutorials because I haven't really been having a lot of uploads lately because I've been kind of wondering what to upload for you guys. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm out. Peace.